Hello and welcome back to another one of my videos, and today we got the B-58 Hustler and F-86 Sabre coming up. So let's first talk about the B-58 Hustler. So the Hustler was introduced in 1960 and was retired only 10 years later in 1970. And only 116 were built and 8 remain. It was a supersonic strategic bomber that could go up to Mach 2. And it is a pretty cool plane. It held a nuclear bomb on the bottom where the stand that I have here. And some difficulties building this plane was kind of to get that, I don't know if you can see, that crack there, to get that from not being there. I never managed to do that since it's kind of, since the wings are at an angle, at the back they're at an angle, they're not just kind of a delta wing, they're kind of a curved delta wing at the back. And then the engines, they're quite simplistic, I'm quite proud of them. They're very old engines. I've fixed them easily on there. And yeah, that's really all that I've done with this plane. I mean, I think it looks very realistic compared to the real thing, which you can see here. So now let's get into the F-86. So the F-86 was around the same time as the Hustler. It was introduced in 1948 and retired in 1965. It was a fighter aircraft for the US Air Force. There were a lot more of these were built than the Hustler. It was 9,860 were built, which is quite a lot. This plane couldn't reach the Mach 1, but if you did go into a dive, you could reach it. And it's the USAF livery on here with the yellow. And I think this model came out pretty well. I did, for the wings here, I used these hinge pieces to make it like this, and then I just put one. There is a lot of open area here, but I think it still came out pretty well. This is supposed to be like an escort plane for the B-58. Of course, it couldn't go up to Mach 2, but just as an escort for the beginning of the flight. And it's got the engine in the middle, which I find pretty cool. And then for the tail, I used this propeller, kind of what you're supposed to use for a propeller. But I thought it would be good to use that as a tail piece, since it did have the wing sweep on the wings and the tail. So that is it for this video. Thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments if you want any tutorials for these. Goodbye and see you next time.